Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Cornell's Tarot. Leap of faith. You have to take that leap of faith. You have to take a risk. Step into the beauty of the unknown. Be open to change. Be receptive to new experiences. Change leads to growth. Lovers. A passionate connection, shared vision and values. You have to take that leap of faith and be open to change. You know, you could be meeting somebody, you have a passionate connection. They're going to share the same visions, and values that you have, maybe the same goals. You have to take a risk and be open to new things. You can't, if you keep doing the same thing the same way, you're going to keep getting the same results. Embrace. Find peace with your current state of being. You got to be at peace with yourself and know that everything happens for a reason. And spread your wings. Confidence that leads to freedom and growth. You have to find that peace, within yourself to be okay with where you're at and know that, you're going to get better. You can't keep looking at what you don't have. You have to look at like, dang, how far I've come from. You may not where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be either. So you got to have that confidence, and let yourself go and be free and grow and spread your wings. Realignment. And you got to realign. You have to shift your perspective for a gain sense of clarity. You got to start looking at the cup as half full instead of half empty, You got to change the way you look at things. You got to be positive. You got to have a positive mindset. That changes. It makes all the difference in your outcome with anything. Balance. You got to find balance within yourself. You're juggling too many things. You got to let go of some things that's draining you. You got to find time for yourself. You got to heal. You got to pour in yourself. You got to find your passions. What fuels you? What gets you going? Don't be afraid, and don't be afraid to fail. You gotta follow what makes your heart happy. You have to, you're doing everything for everybody else, and it's not doing anything for you. What about you? Apology, forgiveness through mutual understanding. You gotta forgive yourself first, and then you gotta forgive people for because a lot of people are not going to treat you right or do right by you, but you got to forgive them and move on and let them go because you got to live your life happy. And you got to let people go. People that's draining you. And you got to find peace with letting them people go. Peace and contentment is coming to you. When you release these people, places, and things, you're going to be in nothing but peace. Denial. You got to stop being in denial. Failure to accept situations, unhealthy cycles, or addictions. You have to accept it, that people are who they are. And let go of these unhealthy cycles and addictions. You got to let go of stuff and people. Evaluation. You got to think back and say, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? You got to feed out what doesn't serve you. Reevaluate the situation. You got to make the sacrifice. You got to give up something now for a future reward. You got to give up something. If you know that's not how you want to live, you got to give it up to go and live how you want to live. Don't be around people that's always negative and that's bringing you down. You got to be around happy, positive people if you know you're a happy, positive person. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. You have to start showing your self-love, loving yourself more, being okay with being who you are. Love yourself. You have to attract. You can't chase, you have to attract. You got to heal in heart. You got to heal yourself. Healing from heartbreak, free from toxic relationships or addictions. You got to heal, you got to be free, you got to break free from these people, places, and things that are keeping you bound. Heart with the key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together. Perfect. You gotta be free. You gotta set yourself free so you can find the one that unlocks you. You know, you're gonna feel welcome. You have to open your heart. You have to get yourself together so when you meet this person, it's gonna be perfect. You know, nobody's perfect, but it's gonna be a soulmate, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. So it's coming. It just depends on what you want. If you want to keep chasing this old stuff or let go and start attracting the new. All right, fire signs.